Hello everyone, welcome to the online tutorials for consumer behavior by Prof. Today let us understand the V.A.L.S model, which is nothing but the values, attitude and lifestyle model, an important, or should I say most important and intelligent tool for understanding of consumers' value and lifestyle. Now, the acronym for values and lifestyle, a system for grouping consumers according to psychological and sociological theories in order to predict the behavior in the purchase decision process. Now, there are three main categories. That's the need-directed consumers who make purchases based solely on the need, the outer-directed consumers who make purchases based on their perceptions of the way they view the products and services, the inner-directed consumers who make purchases out of some inner need. Now, V.A.L.S can aid in defining targets for products and are also helpful in the development of advertising copy and media strategies. Now, the concept was introduced way back in the year 1978 by California consulting firm of SRI Internationals. Now, according to the V.A.L.S framework, groups of people are arranged in a rectangle and are based on two dimensions. The vertical dimension talks about the people based on the degree to which they are innovative and have resources such as the income level, the education, the self-confidence, intelligence, leadership skills and energy. Now, the horizontal dimensions represent the primary motivation and includes the three distinct types. Let us understand them. Consumer driven by knowledge and principles are motivated primarily by ideals. Now, these consumers include groups called thinkers and believers. Now, consumer driven by demonstrating success to their peers and are motivated primarily by achievement. These consumers include groups referred to as achievers and strivers. Consumers driven by a desire for social and physical activity, variety and risk-taking are motivated primarily by self-expression. Now, these consumers include a group known as experiencers and makers. At the top of the rectangle, if you see, there are innovators who have such high resources that they could have any of the three primary motivations. At the bottom of the rectangle are the survivors who live complacently within their means without a strong primary motivation of the types listed above. Now, the V.A.L.S framework gives more details about each of the 8 groups. Let us understand one by one. We talk of the thinkers, that these consumers are a high resource group of those who are motivated by ideals. They are mature, responsible and educated professionals. Their leisure activities center on homes, but they are well informed about what's going on in the world and open to new ideas and social change. They have high incomes and are practically a type of consumers who are very rational in decision making. Next, we talk of the believers. These consumers are the low resource group of those who are motivated by ideals. Now, they are conservative and predictable who favor established brands. They're not high-risk takers typically. Their lives are centered on family, their religion, community, and also on their nation. They have a modest income level. Next, we talk of achievers. These consumers are high-resource group of those who are motivated by achievement. They are successful, work-oriented people who get their satisfaction from their jobs and families. They are politically conservative and respect authority and the status quo. They favor established products and services that show off their success to their peers. Then we talk of the strivers. Now, these consumers are the low resource group of those who are motivated by achievements. They have values very similar to the achievers, but then they have fewer economic, social and psychological resources. Style is extremely important to them as they strive to emulate people they admire. Experiences are the next one. Now, these are consumers that are highly, resource group and those who are motivated by self-expression. They are the youngest of the segments with a median age of 25. They have a lot of energy which they pour onto the physical exercise and social activities. They are avid consumers, spending heavily on clothing, fast foods, music, and other youthful favorites, with particular emphasis on new products and services. Then we talk of the makers. Who are they? These consumers are the low resource group of those who are motivated by self-expression. They are practical people who value self-sufficiency. They are focused on familiar family work and physical recreation and have little interest in the broader world. As consumers, they appreciate practical and functional products. Now we talk of the survivors. These consumers have lowest income, they have too few resources to be included in any consumer orientation and are thus, located below the rectangle. They are the oldest of the segments with a median age of 61. Within their limited means, they tend to be brand loyal consumers. Now, uses of V.A.L.S framework. Let us discuss some examples. I have picked up a product which is the detergent. Picked up a few ads for you to illustrate and understand how our marketers targeting these niche markets. The first ad is typically a Tide ad. The target audience could be survivors because these are the consumers with low resource, hence their lifestyle is not governed by any of the basic motivations. They are very low on resources and thus only ends are important. Marketers have focused on the price sensitivity first and then on trust and loyalty. They would buy a product only if they realize the need and importance of the product. This is Tide advertisement. The target market is made to think on the value of the product. Also, the demand is created when it is made affordable at ₹1 per sachet. The next ad targets on the believers. They are the people with concrete belief. They are low on resources and prefer products that are reasonably priced. Since the primary motivation is ideals, they would be traditional and rigid. They require a strong persuasive communication to come out of the rigidity. We see in the ad Lalita ji was identified as a traditional yet well-organized housewife who has concrete and smart thinking for herself and her family. This Surf Lalita ji ad persuades the consumers to buy expensive but more effective detergent, that is the Surf. It was indeed a very hit advertisement. The next one we talk about. Now, the strivers are the consumers motivated by achievements. We already know this. Here are the celebrity endorsements. At times, completely off the track works a lot. We'll tell you how. You see Salman Khan endorsing V.A.L.S detergent. Unrelated yet positive value addition is on and which is very popular too. For example, fragrances. This is the buzzword. The idea behind such appeal is to touch upon fun-loving tendencies of strivers. The celebrity endorsement also increases value of the association. The next ad is for the makers. They need an appeal which is focused on their own. The product purchases are majorly motivated by self-sufficient and confident personality. If you see in the picture here, this Rin advertisement is about a practical and down-to-earth girl who would like to be self-dependent. The next ad we're talking about is high on resource consumer categories. Now first, thinkers. This ad is targeted on the thinkers. Driven by ideals, these consumers are high on resources and hence open to innovation. Thinkers are reflective and thus important value additions attract them. Now this aerial ad shares a story of a mother who seems to be focused on satisfaction and that she gets while cleaning her daughter's clothes every time. The product story also reveals the level of satisfaction she gets in her daughter's success. The final ad that we're taking is Surf Excel ad, which targets the achievers who are goal-oriented, high on resources consumers. Appeals like success, career and family works for such consumers. Now, since they are high on resources, they only buy premium products. Surf Excel Daag Achhe Hain campaign talks about such consumers. I hope you understood and learned the idea of V.A.L.S. Please subscribe to my channel for further videos. Thank you.